Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Monday Night Raw review for October the 28th, 2024. This is the Misfit Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Matt the Misfit. We're going to go over this very uninspired episode of Monday Night Raw. I did not really like a lot of things, quite a few things on the show that I didn't really care for. I was just bored on the show, and this wasn't even a tape show. I had more fun watching Halloween Havoc last night than I did watching this episode of Monday Night Raw. I enjoyed Raw last week way more. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was about last night's crowd compared to this night's crowd. They were in the same building. Yeah, I don't know. It's just very uninspired. And I mean, I'm going to make an announcement at the end of the show here regarding next week's episode of Monday Night Raw. It's going to be in Saudi Arabia as well, and I'll talk about why that is an announcement for me at least. But first, let's get in some plugs. Hit that like button, comment down below, subscribe, youtube.com/@MisfitWrestlingPodcast. Follow social medias, Pile Driver Pulse on Twitter, Misfit Wrestling Pod on Instagram, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Audible, and Pandora. And I probably said iHeartRadio as well, for all the other outlets as well. Another plug here. I'm gonna get out of the way here. My Japanese friend, has a band. Her name is Yumi Nakamura. She performs for the band that she helped create called Iron Roses. You can follow them on social media at IronRoses_Japan. You can go and pre-order their new album, Steamheart Chronicles, on Bandcamp. You can just go there. And also, you can also go to the YouTube channel, which is what is the YouTube channel? What is the YouTube channel actually? That's a good question. The @ on that YouTube channel is supposedly, if I can find it, give me a second. It's the same thing under Iron Roses _Japan. They just released a song today. That's going to be it's not going to be on any of the albums. It's just exclusively on Bandcamp, called Crimson Serenade. So check that out on the YouTube and on Bandcamp as well. I'll leave the links to their Twitter and their Bandcamp in the description, or maybe it might be in the description, might also be in the comment section down below. But if you're listening on to the audio version, you just type in exactly what I said here on the show. So look out. That album, the follow-up to Chronicles Chronicles of Chaos, the debut of that came out a couple months back. They worked very fast. They had enough songs made for 2 albums. They just finished their second album that's going to be released on December the 27th. So check out for that as well. So shout out to my friend Yumi over there doing some cool stuff for that as well. We get some news updates. Excuse me. If you watched the watch along that I did with Blitzball Champ for the Halloween Havoc show, we found out about Chris Bey and Vikingo. While TNA Wrestling put out a statement earlier today about around 11 o'clock or so, after that big paragraph on the status of Chris Bey. Unfortunately suffered a neck injury. He had to have neck surgery, he is in the hospital. So here's what TNA staff put on their website. It says, and I quote, Chris Bey is recovering at the hospital following surgery for the neck injury suffered Sunday night at the TNA TV tapings. He had an MRI procedure on Monday and was resting in his hospital Monday night, joking and talking about Bound for Glory and is in good spirits, which is nice to hear. Chris Bey will be in Detroit for a few days, and family members have joined him along with TNA wrestling management and wrestlers who are staying in Detroit. Chris is under professional care and supervision, and the medical staff has been in contact with his personal doctor. So that's nice to hear. Very happy to hear that he's in good spirits and joking and talking and all that stuff here. I wish, again, I'll go into that in a little. I wish me here at the Misfit Wrestling Podcast, that we fans would like to wish nothing but the best for Chris Bey and wish him the speedy recovery. Vikingo also hurt his ankle on Sunday night. Said Vikingo returned to the Detroit hotel on Sunday night after being treated at the hospital for a right knee injury. He is on crutches and wearing a leg brace. Vikingo flew home to Mexico on Monday, where he will be examined and treated by his specialist. TNA Wrestling thanks everyone for their continued thoughts and prayers. We will update when additional updates are known. Please respect the privacies of Chris Bey and Vikingo and their families during this difficult time. So that is some good news on that side there. But what isn't so much of good news here is that El Phantsmo, New Japan Pro Wrestling's El Phantsmo. New Japan put out the tweet saying El Phantsmo to take a indefinite leave due to health concern. Here's what the full article here is on JPW1972.com in English. Here we say, here it is. So, thank you for supporting New Japan Pro Wrestling. El Phantsmo was scheduled to wrestle this week on the Super Junior Tag League tour and at Power Struggle on November 4th. Will be taking an indefinite leave due to health concerns. We apologize to fans who are looking forward to seeing Phantsmo wrestle and appreciate your understanding. The following changes have been made for the forthcoming cards. November 2nd in Nagawa, which was originally supposed to be Hiroshi Tanahashi, El Phantsmo, Toriano, Yasuki Taguchi, and Dragon Daya. Was supposed to take on Evil Rin Narita, Yujiro Takahashi Sho, and Kanamura is now so taking the place of El Phantsmo as Bolton Ogale. So there's that. Osaka, El Phantsmo was supposed to team again with the Hiroshi Tanahashi, take on Evil and Rin Narita. That has been now Bolton Oleg. So New Japan joins fans of wishing El Phantsmo a speedy full recovery. So thoughts and prayers go out to El Phantsmo. So there is that. We had some interesting news about AJ Styles coming out. Apparently, according to Fightful Select, Fightful had an article up on about AJ Styles here. And they said that Fightful Select was told that AJ Styles and Monty Brown were considered for the TNA Hall of Fame, with the latter being mentioned publicly by Matt Hardy. We're told that even though neither of those were ended up happening, the door isn't closed. Fightful was actually told that the possibility of AJ Styles was broached with the WWE, who passed on the opportunity. We weren't told specifically why, but TNA believed it's due to AJ Styles' injury or active storyline. There are hopes that Styles will be open to wrestling in TNA at least as well, but we're not sure if that was even discussed. TNA Hall of Fame had long time, I think producer, I believe it was Bob Ryder, and ECW alumni Rhino go into the TNA Hall of Fame. But AJ Styles followed it up with a tweet earlier around 10:30 p.m. saying, "I'm still an active wrestler. I hope. I made the decision not to go into the TNA Hall of Fame, not WWE. I appreciate TNA, but I don't want to go into any Hall of Fame as long as I'm still an active wrestler. It's my choice." So there is that. So there is that. All right, now we have to go, or now we got to go through this show that I don't really want to talk about. So the show opened up with Jey Uso saying, Jey is now in Hershey. Says a lot has happened over the last couple of weeks. By the way, I want to point this out here before I go into the Jey Uso thing. So Jey Uso, Rikishi, has already started complaining about this, which I'm not surprised. He says, "I thought it was too soon for Braun Breaker to win the Intercontinental Championship back." And I basically they only put the title on Jey as a plot device for this Bloodline story. Let's just be real. Anyways, so Jey says, all that stuff was happening between him losing the Intercontinental Championship and his ongoing issues with his Bloodline family. Says there's only one person he wants to talk to, and that after the events of Friday night, that's during the main event of the tag team title match between the Bloodline and Motor City Machine Guns, is Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso comes out here, says he came out here to look at Jey in the eye and thanks him for what he done. SmackDown says he and Jey need to be together to take down Solo and the rest of the Bloodline, but Jey cuts him off and stares down Jimmy, tells him that they aren't the ones anymore. And then says the last time he saw him was in April when they are facing each other at WrestleMania 40 and also helping Cody Rhodes win the WWE title, but that's neither here nor there. Says that a lot has happened since then. Then says the fans no longer can get confused between who is who. Says that he's become the Intercontinental Champion by himself. Then says if they join forces, they aren't going to be anyone's yes men. Jimmy agrees and invites Jey to squash the beef with Roman on SmackDown. If you saw the spoilers, well, I'm actually going to mention that later because WWE thought this was a wild idea to do this here. But Jey agrees to show up on SmackDown. All right, happened though. Jimmy asks if they're good before Jey can answer. Tama Tonga Loa blindside the Usos. All this stuff goes on here. Jey got foot to all this stuff here, but the Usos basically stand tall here at the end of that here. We see Adam Pearce yelling at Nick Aldis over the phone for not getting control over his roster, even though you had Cody Rhodes on the show last week, but whatever. Allowing the Bloodline to come to Raw when they only agreed on Jimmy. Well, first of all, Jimmy's not even officially on any roster right now. So why should that matter? Jimmy Uso technically is still a free agent. Roman Reigns is already firmly a part of the SmackDown roster, but whatever. Then the Judgment Day approaches Priest informs him that Dominik Mysterio will face none other than fucking Damian Priest again. We're going back to this bullshit. Oh my god, they need it in the storyline. They need you fucking in the storyline. I can't take it anymore. I'm done. I'm done seeing I'm done seeing Liv Morgan with that fucking title. I'm done seeing Rhea Ripley going after Liv Morgan. I'm done seeing Damian Priest worry about the fucking Judgment Day. I'm done with it. I'm done. Give me the better match. Give me the match people really actually want to see at WrestleMania. That is Rhea Ripley defending the WWE Women's World Title against Io Sky or something like that, or Becky Lynch. Anything to get us away from Liv Morgan as the fucking world champion again, because this is bullshit. This is boring. This is what I mean by uninspiring, by the way. Oh, and by the way, the whole Jey Uso thing, WWE tweeted out before the show that it seemed as if Jey Uso was gonna address Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker wasn't even on the goddamn show this week. They didn't even mention Braun Breaker at all. Sheamus and Kaiser had a good little match here. Sheamus wins with the bro kick. You know, okay, I've seen this match already. Now we're getting into the territory of rematches now with Triple H, and we don't need to be going down that road with Triple H. I've seen this match too much. I'm done with it. If Sheamus is not going to go after the Intercontinental Championship or go after Gunther, if he's not going after Gunther, why the fuck is he wrestling Liv de Kaiser on the show? This might be a short ass review. This is part 2 of the whole thing with the bloodline here. So the Usos run into Sami Zayn. Sami asks to talk to Jey alone. Jimmy stares him down. Only for basically Sami is asking the same questions everybody else is. Why the fuck do you even care about going back to the bloodline? They screwed you over. They messed with you mentally. You said it yourself. You're moving on from the bloodline. Why are you coming back on around here? And basically says, I don't. He's like, I don't understand. And Jey is like, you wouldn't understand because you're not family. Which, okay. Then he walks away. We had Ivy Nile versus Zelina Vega. Ivy Nile won. Moving on. By the way, I never want to see Zelina Vega do another moonsault ever again. She didn't even just attempt to do one. She fucking missed her completely. If your name in the current day wrestling on the WWE roster, if your name isn't Tiffany Stratton or Io Shirai, do not do the fucking moonsault. Sorry. Especially if it's going to be one of your finishes. Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed had a great fight going into the production truck here. I thought this was great. That was my favorite thing on the show. By the way, this was I don't care for the Bloodline storyline, if I'm being honest. I know a lot of people do. I don't care about it. I stopped caring about it. I stopped caring about it. I stopped caring about it after Cody Rhodes won the championship. It was time to move on from it. The fact that we're still doing this storyline should tell you something right there. The Miz approached R-Truth, tried to, I guess, buddy up to him after what happened last week. Alpha Academy tells Truth not to accept Miz's apology, and Truth basically doesn't do that. He says, good luck dealing with the Wyatts. You're gonna die. Y'all gonna die, which I thought was fucking hilarious. And then walks by Pete Dunne saying, "What's up, Butch? Have you seen Pete?" Never change, R-Truth. Never change. The War Raiders defeated LWO and the New Day to become the number 1 contenders for the tag team title championships. It was all right. Again, I don't care about Rey Mysterio or the LWO. I don't. The LWO, if I'm being completely honest, and I've kind of said this for months now, the LWO was only brought back to benefit one person, and it's clear as fucking day who that was. It wasn't Santos Escobar. It wasn't Selena Vega. It wasn't Legado del Fantasma. It wasn't the fucking. It wasn't Dragon Lee. It was to benefit Rey Mysterio, so Rey Mysterio can have something to do. He's not honoring Eddie Guerrero here. The LWO should break up at this point. This is one team I think the faction that needs to break up because they're not doing anything. Anything important with them. Though we're gonna get Chad Gable versus Dragon Lee next week, so I'm excited for that. I'm not gonna review the show, but I'll talk about that in a second. But again, New Day were arguing on the Raw Talk, so they're still having their issues here. But the War Raiders should absolutely win the tag team titles whenever they do that match. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Get those titles off the fucking New Day, off the Judgment Day. We're already in step one of the right direction with putting the tag team, the SmackDown tag titles on Motor City Machine Guns. Now it's time to get the other titles off the Judgment Day, put them on the War Raiders. Miz is looking for protection from Adam Pearce, but Karrion Kross in the Final Testament, which I didn't see. No, oh no, actually he would have to sell last week's injury. Never mind, attack. So, Kross asked him, "Do you have a plan for all this?" He says, "Yeah. When we found the Wyatts, run." And Kross is like, "No, what you're gonna do is you're gonna find Bo Dallas and you're gonna ask him why he's getting involved in my business. Because if you don't, I'm going to break your legs." So, we did see on Raw Talk that Miz was trying to do that, unsuccessful. He opened up his trailer, and there is Dexter Lumis standing in the door, and drags him into his bus. Karrion Kross on Twitter said Sco was doing some drawing. Scarlett went in there and said something just happened, and he's like, "What?" The Wyatts took the Miz, and it's like, "You mean like take him?" He's like, "Yeah." How long ago was it? We gotta go save him. How long ago was this happened? She's like, "About 20 minutes ago." 20 minutes ago. He's 100%. He's 100% definitely dead. which got chuckle on me and everybody else here. The Karrion Kross we see on social media is the Karrion Kross I want to see on television. Not this brooding, fucking one-dimensional character that we see on television. Give me the character that we're seeing on social media, because that character is fantastically hilarious. Okay. Whatever we see on Raw tonight, no. Main event. Oh, but actually before that, the Usos catch Sami Zayn talking to the Solo Sikoa. After the show, WWE thought it was a great idea to announce the tag match, the 6-man tag match, before SmackDown has aired. So that's happening. So yeah. Main event, Dominik defeats Damian Priest by the roll-up. Afterwards, Dominik gets the shit kicked out of him. Carlito gets the shit kicked out of him too, because I feel like it may have been a punishment there. Regardless of what people think, he was punished. Seems like he was punished with that chokeslam. Yeah. Didn't care for this. I so cannot wait for this storyline to be over with. Because, by the way, there was a segment on, I guess, Raw Talk or whatever, Damian Priest or whatever, no. So, Finn Balor said, why did you go out there when we said we weren't going to go out there to do help Dom and whatnot? So he said our focus should be on the retaining tag team titles. Liv Morgan's like, well, yeah, and I'm going to defeat Nia Jax on Saturday, and whatnot. And then Dom is going to win. Is going to become the new world heavyweight champion, and then Damian Priest, Finn Balor didn't look too happy about that. Not one bit. So let's look at the now. So that was Monday Night Raw. I could care a fucking whip this shit about this show. Outside of that, there was nothing really exciting to talk about this show here. So since I might do the SmackDown review, I don't know, because I've seen the results, so I don't know. So here is I'm going to do my preview, my predictions right here. I'm not even going to watch the show. I'm going to watch the show, but I'm not going to review it. So here we got here. LA Knight, Andrade, Carmelo Hayes with the United States Championship. I think Carmelo Hayes is going to get the title here. And then they're going to go and do the actual match 7, between Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. And we'll see what happens there. So I think Carmelo Hayes is going to win the championship there. Kevin Owens, Randy Orton. I think Kevin Owens is get the win here. It'd be kind of weird to have Randy Orton have this match and the Randy Orton just straight up win after all that stuff they're doing with Kevin Owens. It'd be too weird if they did that. Bronson Reed versus Seth Rollins. I think Bronson Reed should get the win here, so I'm going to go with Bronson Reed because if Seth Rollins wins here, the whole push that they've been doing with Bronson Reed would feel very fucking much. It goes down the drain, in my opinion. There. Women's tag team titles are on line. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill defend against Sky Pirates, Metaphor, and Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. I'm just going to straight out say I think the Sky Pirates are going to win the tag team titles here. They've kind of been pushing them since they turned babyface, and it's about time they do something else with them. So I'm going to go with put the titles on the Sky Pirates because they keep bringing this up every time they have a tag match that they've never won the tag team titles as a team. Io and Kyrie have never won the tag team titles together as a team. So they keep bringing that up. They keep mentioning it every time, which is what's making me believe that the Sky Pirates are going to win the tag team titles here. Roman Reigns and the Usos versus the Bloodline. I think the Bloodline is going to get the win here. I think this is where we're going to have Roman Reigns get the pin, take the pin here, set up War Games, and then after the match, we're going to have Sami Zayn come out there and help out, I guess. Who knows? We'll see here. Nia Jax, Liv Morgan. Who gives a shit? I'm just going to go with Nia Jax there because I don't care about this. The main event's most likely... Actually, I don't think this is going to be the main event. I think the main event's going to be the Usos and the Bloodline match. So, Cody Rhodes, Gunther, the inaugural world... I think Gunther might actually win that match. Even though I just don't care about this show. So yeah, there is that. So that's basically my thoughts of Raw tonight. Again, a very forgetful show. If you didn't watch the show, if you missed the show, you didn't miss a thing. So, yeah. Other than that, I don't have anything else here. Yeah. So I will see you guys back here for NXT tomorrow night, where we have the debut of the in-ring debut of the former Delta, as well as an NXT champion tag team title match when Joanna Evans and oh my God, what the hell is his name? Cedric Alexander take on Fraxium for the NXT tag team titles. So other than that, I don't have anything else to talk about here. You'll see the links in the description for my socials as well as the band Iron Roses, which I'm going to see if I can get her to have her band sponsor my show. Because if that would be great, that would be fantastic. Maybe I can have her, the new album, Steamheart Chronicles, sponsor the show in December. So we'll see. I'll have to talk to her about that. But until then, I've been Matt the Misfit. This has been the Misfit Wrestling Podcast. We're out.
Suplexes to a high-flying